birthday. How was it?
The party? Pre my dad's death. Oh, it was great.
Follow the clues. I would
What?
to request that you all stay until the investigation is completed. Uncover their secrets. You all love twisting their minds.
Oh, something that got.
You know something. Spill it.
And solve the mystery. Strings free.
Did it just stop?
Okay, well, he's cutting his gardenscapes. So you just said, so there's a lot going on over here. It hasn't really been cleaned out yet because we are still using some of it. This is our romaine lettuce. It's still doing really, really good. We're still eating off of that, and it has not bolted yet. I'm sure we don't have long, but we'll see how it goes. This is our kale. We've been telling y'all that we're saving the seeds from this. That's why we've let it go to flower, we've let it bolt. But they're not quite ready to harvest yet, so we're just letting that hang on. And then we are going to save all those seeds that you can see right here. They just need to get a little bit more dried out, and then that's going to be a ton of...
Yeah, I've been trying that before. Be very small sometimes. And I've done that before.
This bed is still empty, but I think we're going to do the same thing that we did last year, which was plant our leftover tomatoes and peppers. And then that'll be able to be in our kitchen garden so that if I just need a quick tomato or a quick pepper, I can just come right out and harvest it. And last but not least, it looks majestic. The comfrey. So some of it's...
Oh, get down there, just finishing.
We're actually going to cut those flowers off and move them to a different location so that
He's sponsored to
they
death.
can reseed and we can just kind of have some comfrey everywhere. And it also is time to clip
That
our
would make
leaves
me
and hang them
happy.
to dry so that we can make comfrey stuff.
These toxic bees are still in horse bees, Sony.
Turn. We're going this way. There we go. That's better. One thing about comfrey is
Get busted in the face with the peas, Sonty.
I think some will say that there's two totally different species, but honestly, in our experience, they both, any of them, do the same thing, like from seed or root. You can take cuttings from this. You can go down just.
I can hear them. What's up to the one who runs that?
That's fine. Or like she said,
Have it on.
seeds out and actually try to plant them. I think the easier way is definitely on the root way.
Have it.
But if you got the
The ends the soap.
Let us know down in the comments what to expect, because the size of them would indicate to me that
Check that. What's up, Havoc?
No bloom yet.
yeah, there's no bloom, so that's obviously
Not much. Just
but yeah, we'll see. I mean, they're both doing really, really well. All right, Jen and the guard dog. What's up, Rusty? Hi, Rusty. Right, so right here we have our green stock and our green stock right at the entrance of our gate. We have strawberries on this one, which they were just slips that we planted last fall, so we didn't expect a whole lot this year. But next year, hopefully we can get a good strawberry harvest. There is still some starting to
Yeah.
pop up there. It just won't be a crazy amount. And then over here we have some lettuces and kales and cabbages that we're trying to see what it'll do, and just kind of experiment. So, like Jen had mentioned, this is our permanent garden. When we moved here, we
nice try for all that yag.
Permanency, and something that we had.
Oh yes.
Like she said, it was a rough year last year. It was way too hot. Not just for the plants. Like, it was zero shade ever, and contrary to popular belief.
Does he know that Rampart was a full-gay Sony bomb master?
Had cooler mornings or nights.
Yeah.
And it just burned everything up over there. So
We also had to figure out the water situation. So, like areas where water collects or where it doesn't collect, and then where we are able to provide water for the plants.
yes.
So that's.
I guess that was going on.
Yard. It used to just be kind of empty. The dogs would run in it every now and then, but now we made our permanent garden over here. We moved our greenhouse so that it has good access to
Excuse
it.
me.
And overall,
Nope.
felt behind ever since.
Hmm?
What we're trying to
Goes back.
took us one day of really concentrating on the garden and making it a priority. And
Don't you?
So, if you're watching this, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind. Chill down, make it a priority this weekend, and you'll be right there with us.
And I know you're thinking, you have people that help you. No, it was just me and him. Even the kids were busy. Just me and him hustled and knocked it out in one day. So
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah, kids were schooling, mom was mowing, we were gardening. That was it. Okay, starting
How?
this little area. So you all seen us talk about Jen's chocolate,
I'm happy I'm not Yoba.
and it's so good. It's so good.
But it was not either.
I know you can. It's just like having a little Andy's candy.
How's your day being,
Andy's candy,
Havoc?
Andy's chocolate. All right, and then so moving into our flower bed.
Wow.
This is going to be pretty. So what are these called again?
They're Sweet Williams dianthus.
Sweet Williams dianthus, and they have just some gorgeous color. An Airbnb guest
Wow.
actually brought these to us. Okay, so yeah, she brought them. We love them. Then we move into Jen's Nasturtiums.
So nasturtiums, we've grown them for 3 or 4 years now. We absolutely love them because they are edible. They also help with keeping pests away. You can eat the flower and the leaves, and they're just really pretty. Down here, we've got some Echinacea.
Wow.
It's double-decker Echinacea. It's not one that I've planted before. That's obviously going to take a while to come to fruition, but when it does, it'll be beautiful.
Do you know?
These little guys are all hollyhocks. They're going to be beautiful. They're having, their slow start, but once they get up and running, they'll be so gorgeous to take over this area. These are all zinnias because Zach has to have his zinnias.
Better believe it.
They're all different kinds. And then down here we've got what's left of the Sweet Williams that we planted here. And so they're on both ends with everything in between. Obviously the hope is that
God, do you remember the name by chance? Because I think that was actually one of my friends too.
This pretty little spot is the kids' garden. So they planted their garden early, but they wanted to. And
Who, you, me? Oh yeah.
it turned out that it was okay. So they've got all kinds of stuff in here. This is Wyatt's side.
I feel like the starter packs, and I think this would be the starter pack skin. Nice, have
And
it.
then his tomato is doing really,
And you are
really good.
awesome,
So
champion.
that's exciting. He might have the first tomato. We'll see. And
That's
then
not
he's got
good.
some zinnias back there. We put up this arch and these cute little things because it just makes it a little fun, inviting place for them to go. And then this is Raylan's side. She planted a pumpkin that's going to grow over the top of the arch because Wyatt didn't plant one over there. She's got all kinds of stuff. Peas, green beans, her strawberry plant.
The dive squad.
This bed's probably going to turn into a strawberry bed.
Yeah.
If it does, we'll make
The dive squad. That's decoy.
She's got her little butterflies in there that she loves.
That's some of those are decoys.
They're doing really, really well.
Really are. So, everybody
You don't get a weapon.
get kids in the garden. And it is. It's important to have their interest in it, see if they like it. And the best way to really give them interest is
Oh my game.
I know y'all, I have a little OCD and anxiety when they start messing with that, like daddy's plants. But this is a great way for them actually to start learning their techniques. I didn't have any stress about what they wanted to put in there. Like, don't do that.
I'm coming.
Like, don't say it needs to be this spaced out and this and
Don't say
that.
it's too early or that's not going to make it.
Just guide them and let them
Oh my gosh, I need to reload.
whatever they want to put in there.
Maggie's almost cracked.
They learn a lesson. They learn about gardening.
Nice.
Right, because this is how I learned how to garden.
Jeez.
And she learned how to garden. We failed a lot, and then we learned.
That's not good. Outcome getting havoc.
So here we have 4 apple trees that we planted last year, and they're doing
Got
great.
you.
I need to get some stakes and stake them so they'll keep going straight up, and then maybe pulling some of these branches down to train. But I'm just happy they survived, because I got something fun to tell y'all. Jen and I, throughout the process of our 9-year marriage, we have probably planted 40 apple trees.
We're going to have an entire orchard by now.
Yeah, but we moved. Like we've just had a lot of shifting in our lives, and we've never been able to see a tree really the second year. So it's exciting to see these.
Reinforcing my evil here.
opportunity for improvement.
We're not soldiers. We're a team.
You know what they say. It ain't great unless it's got
They're saying this one's going to be an interesting day.
It is.
We don't know what's going to really happen.
So last winter, somebody sent us tubers of Jerusalem artichokes because they research the tubers and you can dig them up, and then if you don't want that many, you can either eat them or you can pass them on to people. She passed them on to us. It's something we've never grown, but we put them in the greenhouse. They went dormant over winter. They finally shot up their greenery in the spring, and then they were in pots, so we didn't have to disturb anything. We just dumped the pot straight in here, and it's going to be interesting. I'm excited about it.
And maybe you all already know this, but I'm going to tell you something that I learned last night. Jerusalem artichokes, like she had mentioned, is the root. It's a root vegetable. It doesn't grow on top like an artichoke would, and it doesn't look like an artichoke. It looks like ginger mixed with a potato. It's what it kind of looks like. And to our understanding, it is kind of like a potato. Sweeter,
Yes.
richer.
I would take this for Bibens.
Now you know. Okay, and this was planted when we talked about rebel gardening. This is all of our cabbages that are doing fantastic. Man, they look good, and they're really starting to get some good size on them. You can tell some
And I
heads are
didn't get
starting to
any.
form. And the best news out of all this is we're in mid-May now, and there is not one.
Don't do mind if I have this here,
which
please.
is very
Sorry, yeah, I
promising.
didn't some
However,
but it's not any of you.
She did get some netting and some poles for us to put up to protect them, because once they come, they're going to eat it to pieces.
So we're
Mercy, I need a weapon.
in the next couple of weeks, just go ahead and be preventative, because we work really hard on these.
Yeah.
We don't want them to get eaten. Now, they'll still have some bites here and there and a little bit of damage, but overall, that netting should do a really good job.
Yeah, and so our plan, because it's a
Yes, I need a weapon.
cabbages, lots of
So the second half of this bed is all broccoli. Wyatt's favorite vegetable, our son, is broccoli, green peppers, and all
Thank you
the
for
green
the
things.
peek. Can I
So
have
he
it?
requested that we plant broccoli. So we did. We took
Take note of this.
putting up some else cover. Fire. I'm cover for you, mate. Found. Caught with no way out.
Phoenix 2 going off.
Enemy shield cracked. Opening fire. I'm cover for you, mate. Remember this.
sell in the store, we'll call it that.
Nice
And then
skill
over here is
hazard.
all of our peppers. Some didn't do as good as others when it came to starting, but it's going to be a kind of a boring pepper year. It's a lot of just jalapenos, bales. I think I have a couple of jigsaws in here that are yellow monsters, but just a small amount of peppers to keep us some freshness throughout the year.
Not all of those are our peppers that we started from seed. We did have to buy some. It's just what it is this year. Last year was wonderful. This year, not so much. So it's just a give and take that you're always doing.
Yeah, it's wild, but that's the only ones that we had to purchase.
I don't know why this
I don't
knock
know.
guys just getting up to
I
me,
ultimately think it
sobbing
was
his
because of
sword
the
in my
dirt that we used. We
face.
used the black gold in those, and it just stunted them. Everything else in the Pro Mix did great. But here in the end, we have some more root bags. We have a Mexican sunflower there, and a Mexican sunflower there, which are beautiful.
This is a Job's Tears. So somebody brought it to me. I'm really excited to grow it. I don't know a ton about it, so if you do, let me know. I'm still going to do a little bit more research, but I'm hoping this can be a good little permanent spot for it.
Yeah, well, I'm just interested to see what it looks like. Right now, it looks like a piece of grass.
Oh,
This arch area, there's 3 of Ultimatum is going to be beautiful in about July. So real quick rundown, loofah on that side and loofah on that side, just two. That's all you need, I promise. It'll take over. The next one are cucumbers on both sides. And then the last one is pumpkins that we have on there. Some small pumpkin sizes that should hold just fine. But it is going to be a pretty tunnel.
This bed is going to be all green beans. So we're going to do bush beans this year, no pole beans. They're supposed to come today, our seeds, because at the last minute we realized we didn't have enough. So they're going to come from hospitals today, and we're going to get this thing planted, and then the garden will be completely planted.
Yep.
Behold, the Milky Way.
Please stop this voice.
Yeah, this one I'm really excited about because last year, like I said, we had a really good pepper year. We didn't have a really good tomato year. And so far, our tomatoes are looking fantastic.
They switched the role.
This they have. And every single one of these we did start. Nothing was ever purchased with these, which is fine to purchase. I don't want it to sound that way. I'm just acknowledging it. But these tomatoes, I mean, they look so healthy and have grown so much. What do you think? We've had them in here a week, maybe? And I mean, they are just beautiful. This one has a tiny bit of leaf curl, but nothing that we're worried about. And they are just taking off. And I love to see it.
On this trellis down here, we planted some sugar baby watermelons. That's some kids' favorite watermelons. They're so small, so this trellis can support them, and they'll be really pretty. And then on this side is what?
Kajari melons.
Kajari melons.
From our awesome friend, Mark.
Yeah, we thought we had used them all, but we found a leftover pack of seeds that he had given us from his garden. That was the coolest find ever, but we wanted to go ahead and plant them so that we can have a little space in our garden this year. So hopefully those will come up and then tell us over this. It'll be really pretty.
And if you're unaware, Mark was one of our really, really close friends that passed away. So being able to find these seeds unexpectedly was awesome. So this little area is going to be for Mark for sure. This one I'm excited about. And I know like half of y'all are like, you can't do that.
But we've done it.
Watch it.
Not the first time, so don't tell us we can't.
That's it. We have a 72-foot bed, 3 rows of peaches and cream, and what's the Silver Queen corn. And so it ended up being about 100 kernels of corn that we put in there. Corn usually gives you 2 corn cobs, so that would be about 200 corn cobs that we would get out of this. That's a lot for our family. That would be great, and quite a bit for us to be able to preserve back. So, if you've ever thought about it, you're like, somebody told me I couldn't do corn in a bed. Yes, you can, because here's the big secret about corn. It's pollination, not germination. I'm trying to make sure I get the word right. Corn has to be in a box. So when you see a field, it looks like corns are in rows. That is accurate, but it is a big box because they have to sway on top of each other to pollinate. So 3 rows in a rectangle is a big box. So that'll allow them to do pollination fairly well. I'm hoping that there won't be any major issues. But the biggest thing is you can't just do 1 row of corn. They have to be side by side in a box. This is Jen's tree. See her little chair right there? She loves it. I love it too. Don't get right. This is a beautiful, perfect tree. That's the tree that she wants to be buried
See
under.
that window? That's also our bedroom.
Right.
So every morning when we wake up, the first thing we see is the garden.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is. And then right here is the whole barnyard. And our mouse. Where we head to next, babe? So,
Candle trellis, we planted more vinyl stuff on it.
yeah. She said more body stuff on. I felt it because I remember. I'll put those in there, so I'm sure she didn't remember what they were. that was funny. I did because I knew where it was going. This is cantaloupe and honeydew.
I chose that. I just didn't put the seed in the ground. No, you can't remember.
Yeah, and ask us in about.
He got it for sign.
As you also know, there's not a whole lot of like steaks with names on them. We just don't do it. We have it on our tomatoes so we can try to remember some of our favorites, but for the most part, we know what we're getting from Haas and we can just slip back on that. Hey, go on, Bonnie. Thanks for filming what you got in your beds.
So I've got 6 of these beds, 5 by 5, and I wanted each one to have a designated herb. So this one is calendula. That's going to be awesome. There's a bunch of little seedlings that we started from seed, and they're going to grow and they're going to bloom. And hopefully this will be the permanent spot because what I said was the permanent spot last year is not permanent.
No, you're not.
This one has 4 plants of lavender. That'll be great. We use that for tinctures and for tea. This one has 2 Roselle Hibiscus, so we started both of those from seed, and they're doing well. It's great for urinary stuff, and they also just have make a beautiful spot in the garden. It's hibiscus flowers, just like what okra does. They're gorgeous. So it'll turn into this big bush and just take over this whole thing. This bed is all oregano. We love oregano. I know I said I had some up in the kitchen garden, but this will be a spot so that it doesn't get choked out by something else. This bed is all basil. It's Italian basil and Genovese basil. Some are doing better than others. It's just the way that it goes. But we love basil, so this will be good. And last year I did Thai holy basil and I absolutely hated it. So never again. I just need the normal, regular basil.
And the Thai holy basil, we don't like
No, I used by
So if you're a
accident.
licorice fan, you'd probably like it.
Last but not least is the rosemary bed. So it's small right now, but it'll bush out and hopefully take over the whole thing. I've had trouble with rosemary before in the past, but what I've learned is that it likes really well-drained soil. So I think this will be a good spot, and it'll just be big.
And I really hope that by the next week when we do another garden tour to take y'all in, they're freaking done. Yeah, it's usually so quiet and peaceful on our property, and there's hardly any traffic, but they're stopping everything and making all kinds of ruckus. Rusty, stay on guard, bro. All right, so there it is. That is our garden of 2022. As you can tell, a lot of things are direct sowed, so stay tuned. We'll be seeing a lot more sprouts next week or so. If you feel behind, you're not. All you need is one good day, make it a priority, and you'll be popped right up. That's how we learn. We're feeling much better with our gardening lives. So y'all, if you're new and you haven't subscribed, do that down below. Until the next one. Bye.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've been good. First he figures out where sheep is, now he knows where October is.
Hey, can I level with you for a second? This suit is tight as hell.
Check yourself or wreck yourself. Check yourself or
Again. Meet me here.
That's sad. That's annoying that they made it like that. Fighting this team, they don't have a weapon. Waste 1 health. Octane's one. Get so shoot him for the window, shoot him for the window. Let me finish one, let me finish one. That's what I ended on. About like 140. How many? Oh. Oh my game. Yeah, nuances so it'll be as that base that team had more wards and it was more wards. That sounds good. Oh, I hit it back. Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like it to the best level. Yeah.
Do we need the bathroom? No. God damn it! I hate that! You need the bathroom. I'm gonna start grabbing your wiener every time you grab my toe.
Huh.
Half the squad are left. Spitfire here.
Me grabbing your wiener hurt a lot more than you grabbing my toe.
I'm starting to fight Palos. It's a fence up, it's a fence up. Get down on the roof. And here, on me, and me. Oh gosh, finishing this right here. I can't.
got a new teammate. Are you good? Up and on. Got a rest of 7 minutes. This one's free.
Deathmatch versus fight. We don't got any kills this game or any points.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 3.